The Mouse Couple, and we're here at Worlds of Fun in Kansas City, and we're so excited to take you guys along with us as we experience their Halloween Haunt event and the Great Pumpkin Fest a little bit. So, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, so here are some fast facts about Worlds of Fun. This is a Cedar Fair park. The park itself is divided into areas roughly based on continents or countries. There are certain areas, like we're walking right now into the Orient area, and we'll walk through the Americana section and kind of the Wild West section. It's its own thing. And we're on our way to Camp Snoopy to go check out the Great Pumpkin Fest. Robbie, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Great Pumpkin Fest. So the Great Pumpkin Fest is aimed at the little ones in your life, but I know we're here because we want to pet some animals at the petting zoo.
Yeah. What's behind us?
There they are. Yay! Let's go. Let's go. Of the petting zoo.
So you can buy food to feed the animals too, or you can just come in and pet them for free. Trick or treating?
Are we too old for that? I want to do the maze.
Yeah, let's do the maze.
Because the maze is supposed to turn into a spooky thing at night, like fun, scary.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go for the maze.
The maze is the trick-or-treating as well. I'm just going the opposite way that everyone in front of us is.
Yeah, that's fine. So at night, I assume people hide in here and jump out? Okay.
Oh yeah. This is their newest maze. Pumpkin Eater? There's lots of cute photo ops if you want to just
True.
pose in your spooky vest.
Very
But
true.
we'll keep going.
So at the end of the corn maze, we found the trick-or-treat trail. So apparently the maze we just went through was the kids maze, and it always is the kids maze. And that one is the scary maze later in the day.
That's gonna be Peter Pumpkin Eater.
Yes.
Or the Pumpkin Eater scary walkthrough maze.
Yes.
If the train's there. Because the train is the only place we can record on a ride.
Yes, that's something to note is at Worlds of Fun, you can't record on any rides except for the train. So the train was closed, but we're gonna head to the taxis instead.
There's a line.
The Europe area of the park. Europa, excuse me.
Because it's a World of Fun.
But first,
can you hear what he's saying?
no, but I'm very confused.
Really good to eat.
Oh, there we go. Oh. Going down.
Well, that was strange.
So we are fresh off our ride at Le Taxi Tour. And what did you think, Robbie?
It's a good ride. Long wait. Longer than usual.
We waited for over an hour
Yeah.
for the taxis.
Pretty busy here today.
Yeah, it's super busy here. They only had 5 taxis running, and I think they were maybe pulling from like a fast lane type crossing because there were some people coming in from the side, but it just moved very, very slow. The queue itself was super tight.
cramped.
It was really tight in there, and there were a lot of people who didn't seem happy.
Yeah.
But it was still a good ride. We had a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, probably not worth the wait, but still had a good time.
Yeah. We then made our way to the front of the park to watch the Overlord's Awakening, which was the kickoff show to start all of the haunt festivities. It started with a parade of all of the scare actors from each of the scare zones and haunted houses, and the heads you see here each represent one of the scare zones or haunted houses of the 2019 event.
The light is dim. The shadows call. We now begin. We seek the souls of those inside. You cannot run. You cannot hide. For 13 years we've brought the fear, but now a new level of terror is here. I summon the creatures of mayhem and dark. It's time for you to overtake the park.
So we've done Zombie High as our first maze.
And my first haunted house ever.
So that description is classes in session and the flesh-eating students and staff of Zombie High are ready to administer a test for your life. So what were your thoughts overall?
It was good. It wasn't too scary. The scare actors did a really good job. There were, for the most part, everybody looked like people with some latex makeup or prosthetics on them. So if you maybe aren't super into horror stuff, that might be a good place to start. It was a good first house.
There were some good scares, I would say. Some loud bangs.
A strobe light.
And one guy that stood very still, and I think he got both of us. So next we did 2 scare zones. The first was the Boneyard, and that description is, as darkness falls, murderous and maniacal monsters roam the fog-filled paths of this dark stain on the landscape. So what are your thoughts with this one?
It was kind of a loose caveman vibe, kind of.
A lot of fog.
Yeah, lots of
So
fog.
very hard to see. Wasn't really too many scares happening. They were just kind of walking around and sneaking up behind people.
Yeah, and getting kind of in people's faces. There was a way you could enter partway through, so we didn't do the beginning of the Boneyard. So maybe more scares were happening in that part of the scare zone. But what we passed through really wasn't too bad. There were a couple times like, oh, there's someone there, but it wasn't ever like too scary.
Right. And then our next scare zone was a newer one this year.
New for this year.
Peter Pumpkinator. And this is the one that we showed earlier in the video. We pointed out it's kind of a maze during the day that's no scares, and then at night they have the scares. So that description is, Peter is notorious throughout the countryside for his pumpkin patch, but this fall something sinister has been planted in the fields. So this one was crowded.
There were people going both ways through it, so it was hard to get through, but the scares were good.
There were some good scares here. Much better this one as a scare zone versus the Boneyard for sure.
The costumes were kind of like pilgrimy, like the Crucible, if you know what that means, or Handmaid's Tale. The women were in red coats.
But overall, a good scare zone.
It was a lot of fun.
So the last scare zone we went through was Outlaw's Revenge. And the description of that one is: wandering the dusty streets of this land, you'll find trigger-happy gunslingers and a West that's wilder than ever. So this one was pretty entertaining.
It wasn't like a scare zone like the other scare zones were so immersive. This was just kind of the Wild West area of the park. And then there were scare actors with knee pads that were also rigged to somehow spark.
Yeah, they're essentially metal knee pads, and some of them had like metal things on their hands so they could scrape
Make additional sparks.
Right. So I tried getting a video of them doing it. It was very dark there, so I'll insert that clip here.
It was fun to watch. Nobody ever slid at us, but we had a fun time watching them slide at others.
Yeah, very entertaining.
After Outlaw's Revenge, we went to see the Skeleton Crew performance. And what did you think of it, Robbie?
It was pretty cool. A lot of acrobatic.
It was a Cirque
Yeah.
show. It was a Halloween-themed Cirque show. There was a straps artist, there was a surwheel artist, there was a trapeze artist, and then a larger group did a trampoline act.
Yeah.
So, very cute. The first few acts were more scary themed. The skeletons on the trampoline were just pretty silly.
Yeah. The trapeze artist was, I would say, the best of all of them.
She was rigged on a wire, and thank goodness she was just flinging herself around like,
It's
and I'm
pretty
sure it
crazy.
was controlled, and she was a professional, knew what she was doing, but it was incredible to watch.
Yeah. So one thing else that was special about Halloween Haunt at Worlds of Fun was they had some specialty beverages. We didn't try them, but they had a sangria in a blood bag, which looked pretty interesting.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Fun idea.
I like that theming a lot. A spiked hot chocolate, and then they had a witch's brew that was served in a cauldron, and that was a blend of liqueurs, fruit juices, and soda. But from our experience, they ran out very quickly, so we didn't get to try any of these.
Yeah, the park was super busy today. We ate at Cotton Blossom Barbecue. We shared a chicken tender platter, and we got the last chicken tenders that they had.
Right.
And it was still good. The fries, you could tell, had been there for a while.
Yeah.
But we still had a good meal, and we're definitely full afterward.
Yeah.
But that's some fun food news from Worlds of Fun. So this sums up our visit to Worlds of Fun Halloween Haunt. And we also checked out the Great Pumpkin Fest, which was very cute, but definitely take your little ones home once Haunt gets started.
Yes.
There were some brave little kiddos around in the evening hours, but there were also some kids who didn't seem happy to be there.
Right.
But
And they did have, you could buy a special glow necklace.
that would flash, and it was meant to tell the scare actors to,
That you didn't want to be scared.
right,
You
to
could-
keep their distance.
That was sold for $10. And also note that we only did one of the mazes, or the haunted houses. They did have a express lane.
They called it a Fright Lane Pass. So for $55, you could upgrade your ticket and get basically
A fast pass.
a fast pass to go through these haunted houses. And if that was something that was really important to you, I think it would probably be worth the money, because
The lines were very long.
very long, especially as the night wore on.
We waited a half hour in our first line because we went there immediately.
Right away.
And then after that, each line was at least an hour, hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours. So we only did one house, but we did all the scare zones. So
Right. So we had a lot of fun. Definitely got some fall Halloween celebration in today.
Yeah.
So, and with that, I think we're off.
yeah. So give this video a like and comment below if you have been to Worlds of Fun or to Haunt and what you liked about it.
Or other Cedar Fair parks.
Yeah.
If you've been to a Cedar Fair park, let us know how Worlds of Fun compares to that. We're going to try to get back out for their Winterfest event, which is kind of like Halloween Haunt, but Christmas.
Right.
So, an immersive, holiday-themed theme park event. So, all right. So ready?
Yeah,
Ready to head home?
I think so.
Okay.
So happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy
And
fall, y'all.
We will see you next time.
See you real soon.